August 9th, 2024. Yesterday. Again. These people are so mentally ill. And that Savannah and that Michelle, I'll tell you what, that Savannah, her family, they're very wealthy. Like they said, in the springtime, people thought they were poor. Where did you think they were poor? Where do you think they were poor? Why? Why would you think she's poor? Her mom's an RN nurse. Makes over $150 more $1,000 a year. Dad's an electrician. My son John made over, what was it, $150,000 10 years ago. Where would you think people that make that kind of money, and Pam and Jack made over 300 grand? Easily, probably closer to 4 a year income. Where would you think that people that make $1 million in 3 years are poor? It's taken me 20 years to make that much. It took me about 20 years to make $1 million. But they can, their combination of income, easily in 3. Which she came from money. Her dad owned small electrical business. And her grandparents owned rental complexes. They used to go clean them as children for extra money on the sweepers. They actually owned rental properties. Money that came from money that makes money. So where did you think she was poor? Because she had a drug dealer's baby? Because she went in to be a bad girl when she was a teenager? Because she's a spoiled little brat? Right? And their family is rich enough they can just think they can hurt anybody. You don't have to obey any law. Like they said, when people found out how much money that Pam and Jack's family had, nobody thought it was funny. You knew what they did for a living. You knew what they did. Savannah's now an RN nurse. They need to pull her license. They need to put her in jail. She sells kitty porn. She has people drug beat and raped. She had a drug dealer's baby when she was young. She gets that drug cartel. All she has to do is call her boyfriend, and then she can have whoever she wants harmed. Do you know they made up such dirty scenarios? Filthy, dirty scenarios that would never happen. Not even in a right mind would you come, not even in a right mind, you wouldn't come up with this. Somebody who is disabled would not come up with this. It's so mental. I've taken care of people that were mental, okay? Had diagnoses. Wouldn't even come up with this. This is telling you how morbid Savannah is. Now, I've heard this scenario years ago. Now, I want you to think about this. If you walk in and you catch your husband, boyfriend with another woman, what would you do? You either hit him, scream at him, or you run out of the room. Right? Or scream. That's it. Throw something at him, something. You either run out of the room, scream, throw something, hit. Right? Because it's kind of thing. Right? I don't even want to repeat it. Heard people talking about it, and then where would people even find it funny? Because it's so ridiculous. It would never happen, ever, in this lifetime. They said that I was supposed to call Dave with another girl, and then I was supposed to grab myself and started being weird. Ew. Why would you do that? You wouldn't grab yourself and start being weird. And then they said people were making fun of me because she was telling people that she's sick. That wouldn't even happen for somebody who's disabled, somebody who's slow, somebody who's insane. It wouldn't even happen. It's not a normal response. Grab yourself and be weird. She's that morbid. When you realize the shit she's coming out of her mouth, they said people were making fun of me. Now, I heard that years ago. Didn't even respond to it. Because it's so insane. Only a very morbid mind would even think of that. But if you think about what these people did to me, how morbid they are. Morbid. They said people yesterday said some of the judges were listening to yesterday. They said they already got all these people admitting to drugging me and telling me to say stuff. Photoshop shower scenes to make me look weird. Race people out of the room. Photoshopped all their lies. Drugged me and told me to say it before. Frame me. Police already got them. Okay? They said the judge said to get rid of everything but the kitty porn and get them for the kitty porn. Oh, you want to keep anytime you see somebody breaking in my home if they didn't erase them completely out of the room. Got anybody coming in my house breaking into harmony, you got them. They turn themselves in. Everything else you know is altered and photoshopped. But you do have them for kitty porn. Oh, human trafficking, drug, beat, rape, attempted extortion, racketeering. People pulled him behind me when she shut up about everything. You sold the logging, you fucking morons! You sold the fucking logging. It's for we all here. Like when the judge's kids showed up, they told my dad they were trying to frame him and they were going to take care of him. And they said they were selling the logging. And I came down to find out what's going on. I've been listening to all this. Everybody, it's for we all here. So does it matter if I say anything? No! That Savannah is so morbid. So morbid. Who would even come up with that? See, that's where, like the back of my head being crushed in, I had an LPN look at it. And, she said, that should have been fatal. I said, well, I had migraines for 3 years. She's like, I bet you did. She said, as far as your skull is crushed in, it could have been fatal. And I was telling her how I was waking up with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out after taking a drink, or woke up with marks that looked like injection marks and more bruises and then severely infected. And I said, they're treating all the signs of being drugged, beat, and raped. She said, well, in a normal mind, we all know rapists prey on people in their home. We all know that. But in a normal mind, we want to think it's a virus. We want to think it's not an immune disorder or something. We know in our minds that there are rapists and they do prey on people in their home. But in a normal mind, we don't want to go there first. We want to think it's something else. See, Savannah and the people that did this to me don't have normal minds. It's not normal what they're doing. It's psychotic and psychosis on evil Satan levels. That Pete that they hired, oh, trust me, where they work for the king from Texas, and they said the king's told his people to leave me alone. because they called him a terrorist for this and found out it was one of his drug dealers that did this. See, Petey Pooh didn't have permission. Overstepped your boundaries, didn't you, a little bit, Pete? I still have Middle Eastern men around me that are Muslim women. Oh, because, yeah, like they said in the mall, it was one of his drug dealers that did this. Isn't that the one the king had his people take care of? Young kid walked up to those Muslim women and said, I think the one guy from the case has been extorting money, okay, from people. Yeah, Agent John. They have him dead to rights. Embezzlement, and then extortion. And then they said those men that they hired, they even tortured her. And they said, well, the king said that they were calling him a terrorist, and he told them to leave him alone. Leave her alone. And they said, well, it was one of his drug dealers that did it. See, it's one thing if you're a drug dealer, and there's another thing of a terrorist act of harming people. Got it? See, Pete's one of the modern day Jack the Rippers. He's selling women and children for sex slaves and to be murdered. Drug, beat, raping women in their homes, selling kiddie porn. They have these people for several life sentences. It's ridiculous. They even have Pete's confession. Everything was him. People have been, what are they waiting for? That drug dealer confessed. July 8th, 24, Altman Hospital Billing Department, 9:10 in the morning, confessed. He paid for it. He ordered them. He basically gave law enforcement the finger. It's me. What are you going to do about it? Like they told that at the Oakland apartment. It's a group of men doing as many crimes as they can to see if someone will stop them. They don't think they're stoppable. Oh, and then yesterday, where I told you that other lady used my insurance, ran up all those medical bills. Okay, my mom knew about her, my brother knew about her, Kay McMillan. Oh, people were saying they ever find Kay McMillan. All these people are toast. Oh, all you have to do is talk to anybody that was on the union committee. Because on the union, where they had the officers that, set over the union, oh, they all talked about that lady and Kay threatening to put Dave in jail for insurance fraud. See, that's where it comes down to. My medical records are not public knowledge. You wouldn't know who I seen 20 years ago. They're bullshitting you. And I don't know who that lady is seeing that used my insurance, because I didn't even hear of that one guy. I didn't even know who he was. Well, you see, Dr. So-and-so, never heard of him. We got bills from all kinds of doctors I've never seen or heard from. We got stuck with the co-pays. And it was probably one of Dave's girlfriends. Because Karen, I'm always home with you, except for when I'm at work. Well, let's see. He don't stay at work. He doesn't. He doesn't stay at work. He really don't. He don't stay at work. So, I found that out now. I mean, not now, but a couple years ago. He don't stay at work. He goes out and cheats. That's where all this is crazy. These people, where's it funny that a marriage of 33 years falls apart? It's not. Or is it funny that a 60-year-old man is dating an 18-year-old girl? It's not. You know, you can go, like Sheriff Davis said, you can go 20, 25 years. When you get past 30, that's wrong. And when you hit 40, it's definitely wrong because it's like your grandkids. I don't care if they're legal. So where is it funny a 60-year-old man's dating an 18-year-old that was messed up in drugs? It's not. And then he had that psychotic drug addict bitch, has some drug dealers have them come here and beat, rape, and torture the wife. Set up a drug frame of drug confessions and photoshopping and washing done by drug cartel bitches. It's not funny. And people making fun of me for a drug scam and a stupid one, photoshopping a shower scene and drug confessions. I never had these people in my home. I never even had my neighbors in my home. They lied to people. They had sodium pentothal reports. It's the lethal outlawed drug you lie under. It's like saying you anthrax me to make me lie. It shuts down your airway. Research. And you lie under it. You falsely confess to anything. Amnesia drugs, you're sleepwalking like LSD and a bunch of other ones. I'm really tired. And people were saying such crazy shit yesterday. Like I said, I heard of that old lie, and it's such a morbid old lie. You catch your husband with somebody, you're definitely not going to grab yourself and start acting weird. That's so morbid and disgusting. It shows Savannah's psychosis in her head. Then when they found out that she didn't even know Dave was dating Savannah, and that it never happened, and people have been making fun of her, where would you find it funny? It's so made up out of a psychotic bitch's head that she's so morbid, it's shit's coming out of her mouth and she's just spewing shit. And it's morbid shit that's made up in her head that it would never happen. And then they found out how much money Pam and Jack had, and they didn't find any of this money. See, that's we're out in North Canton. That Chris and his gang were helping out in this, and they found out how much money they had, and they told everybody not to say anything to her. They thought they were poor, and they found out how rich they are. So if somebody's poor, you're going to have somebody else drug beat and raped? So you can steal from them? That makes you dangerous. Do you understand? That makes you dangerous. It's called go out and get a job. That makes you dangerous. If you're willing to drug, beat, and rape somebody, stalk them in the home, drug them up and tell them to say something stupid, Photoshop washing, sell kitty porn, because you think somebody's poor, you're dangerous. And when you start looking at Savannah and all these people as dangerous, Jack the Rippers, get a right mind in your head and stop thinking vile, sick crimes are fine. That's where Adedoka and Parma thought the COVID virus damaged people's brains around here. Finding things funny that aren't. Now, we're going to put this way. These people would... My medical information, it's not public knowledge. I don't even remember half the doctors I went to see. I was so sick. My God, my brain was swollen. I was having seizures, okay? Dave sure as hell wouldn't remember 20-something years ago. Huh? So where would these people get it? They wouldn't. Huh? And then half of my medical records are that lady's. From 1986 to 2003 when Harry carried on my insurance. Like those guys said, we know her mom and Pete knew about it. That lady. They find Kay McMillan were toast. Oh, anybody on the union committee? Huh? They all knew about him because they were threatening to have Dave arrested if he didn't pay those co-pays for insurance fraud. They all knew about her. Are you running up all kinds of bills? and sticking us with the copays for 15 years. Don't want to play. Staying in hospitals and doctors I've never seen. Don't want to play. It's probably one of his girlfriends. Pulling a fast one on the factory. Me. I'm gonna upload this. But when you guys start getting a normal thinking, be angry what they did here. I didn't realize how dangerous they are.